Namaste. Welcome to Yoga and You. I'm Rasika Sampath. Today we're going to be looking at some yoga stretches which you can do after your travel. So when we look at travel, we're mostly talking about any mode of transport where you're required to be sitting down constantly, whether it's in a flight or in a car or any other mode of transport. So usually travel is associated with long hours of sitting, which can have several repercussions on the body, few of which are, you could be sore in your legs, you could be, which could also lead to some stiffness in the hips, and in turn that could lead to some back pain. So this is one of the main repercussions of sitting for a long time and traveling. Also you could face some stiff shoulders and some upper back pain because of carrying the luggage probably, and also because of sitting for a long time. You could face some stomach issues because you're not able to stand up and move around after meals, and also there could be some jet lag, there could be some pent up stress which could lead to sleeplessness. So in today's session we'll try and deal with most of these issues. This is something that you can use while traveling, in the middle of stopovers as well, and also after you finish your travel. So we'll get started. So since we have been sitting for a long time for your travel, we'll start by standing. We'll do a few stretches standing up to kind of get the prana moving and to stretch the whole body. Okay. So we'll start in Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Find yourself on both your feet and an equal weight distribution in both your feet. You can take your feet together or slightly apart if you're losing balance, and just feel for standing equally on both your feet with your shoulders rolled back, your navel drawn in towards the spine and chin slightly tucked in towards your chest. Once you found your balance here, we'll start by stretching our arms up. Inhale and take your arms all the way up. Interlock your fingers and press the palms up towards the sky. Exhale and release your hands. We'll do that one more time. This time we'll lift our heels up as well and hold it for 5 counts. Inhale, lift your hands up, heels up. Interlock your fingers and press the palms up, and we'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring the heels down, bring your hands down, exhale. Now inhale and lift the left hand up, keep your right hand down, and exhale as you bend over towards the right. Let your right hand slide down your right thigh, keep your chest looking forward and breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale and lift your right hand up as well. Exhale, bring the left hand down by your side. Inhale to lengthen up through the right side, and exhale, bend over towards the left. Feel that stretch on the right side body. Breathe into the lungs there. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up, lift both your hands up, and exhale as you bring your hands to your back. We're going to take a little back bend over here. I'll move to the side. From here, you can take your feet slightly apart, maybe about hips width apart. And as you inhale, you're going to take a back bend, but make sure your hips are moving forward as you take your back bend. Okay, your knees can bend slightly. So inhale, bend backwards. Exhale and back. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale and bend. Exhale and back. Inhale and bend. Exhale and back. Alright, now we're going to take a little twist. Okay, so come back with your feet together if you've taken that variation in the beginning. Inhale and lift your hands up. Interlock your fingers and press the palms up like you did initially. Exhale to twist to the right. So twist from the upper body, waist up, and look up at your fingers. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale and twist to the left and look up and stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale and release your hands. Now we're going to turn over towards the lengthy side of the mat. And from here, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, take your hands back behind you, interlock your fingers. Inhale and lift the chest as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, put a slight bend in the knee as you fold forward all the way down, bringing your knuckles overhead.
Relax the head, bringing it towards the mat. You can have a micro bend in the knee if your hamstrings feel stiff. Stay for another 4, 3, feeling the stretch in the front of your shoulders, the anterior deltoids, and 1. Slowly, without slingshotting, bring your hands down to the mat.
From here, inhale and step your left leg back all the way to the back of your mat and drop the knee down. So you're in a low lunge position. Now you might need a cushion for under your left knee. If you do, you can roll up the mat, or you can use a blanket or something under your cushion to pad up the knees. Place your left hand down and inhale, lift the right hand up into an open twist. Exhale and bring the left leg closer to your butt. Reach back with your right hand and pull the heel in towards your butt. You'll feel an intense stretch in the hip flexor and the quad on the left side. You want that. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the leg. Bring your hands back and straighten your right leg. We're coming into Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits position. Flex your right foot to protect the knees. Keep the thigh muscles, the quadriceps nice and engaged. If your hands don't reach the mat, you can use blocks. We want to feel the stretch along the hamstring over here. Okay? If you're comfortable here, we can fold forward a little bit more. So inhale to find length in your spine. And exhale, fold forward. You want to try to bring the chin to your shin. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up, bend your right knee. Plant your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift the back knee up, and take your right leg back into downward facing dog. Try to drive the heels down towards the mat, and we'll stay here for 1 big breath in, big breath out. We're going to do the same things on the other side. So let's step our left leg forward to the front of your mat. Drop the back knee down. Find that low lunge position. Plant the right hand down and lift the left hand up towards the sky. Open twist. Exhale and pick up the back leg. Hold the back foot with your left hand and pull the heel in towards your butt. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release the leg and straighten your left leg for your half splits. Flexing the foot, toes pointing towards you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold down over the left shin. Stay for 5. 4, feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Should feel really good after long hours of sitting. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift up, bend the left knee, and take your left knee back and sit down in Vajrasana. Hips on your heels. From here, we'll target the shoulders. So we're just going to roll the shoulders out first. So you can place your hands comfortably wherever. If Vajrasana is not comfortable for whatever reason, you can take any comfortable seated position. Let's roll the shoulders in one direction about 5 times. and then switch directions. Now let's shrug the shoulders up and down. Okay, so just shrug it towards your ears, wear your shoulders like earrings, and exhale, drop it down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Okay, now we'll come back into downward facing dog.
Take one more breath here. From here, shift forward into plank.
Alright, from here we're going to get into a little bit more of a front body, shoulder, chest stretches. So we'll come up into Sphinx pose. Okay, so you can bring your forearms down, your elbow directly under your shoulders. Energetically pull the elbows back towards the back of your mat. As soon as you do that, you'll feel the chest puffing up a little bit more towards the front, and you'll also feel a traction in your lower back. Keep the shoulder tips back and stay for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently. Bring your forehead down, your hands by the side of your chest. Engage your glutes and keep the tops of your feet down. Inhale, lift your head up, your chest up for a baby cobra first. Keep the shoulder tips pressing backwards. And if this is comfortable, you can use a little bit of your hand strength to come up one vertebra at a time into Bhujangasana, Cobra. Keep your neck neutral and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here you can lift all the way up and come back into child's pose, Balasana. Bring your forehead down to the mat. So now we're going to take our mat towards the wall for the final leg of our stretches. We're going to target the hips and also target the sleeplessness that we were talking about earlier. Okay, so you're going to scoot your hips up really close to the wall, get really intimate with the wall, and take your legs up. Okay, so when try to take your hips as close to the wall as you can. To start with, bend both your knees. Okay, now for the first one, we're going to do what is called the threading the needle. So we're going to take our right ankle over the left knee. Now for a lot of you, this may be a little uncomfortable. Your hips may not be open enough for this, in which case you can take yourself a little further back, away from the wall. The more away from the wall that you go, the less intense this becomes. Okay. The key to this is to keep the right knee pushing away from you. Flex the right foot and use gentle pressure with your right hand to push the right knee away from you. Notice how that feels in your right hip, and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Bring your foot back onto the wall. Switch sides, left ankle over the right knee. Flex the left foot. Use your left hand to gently push the knee away. You should feel a sensation in your left hip. If you don't, you can move your hips closer to the wall. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Gently come back and bring the soles of your feet together. So it's like a butterfly against the wall, or the mirror in my case, and use your hands to push both your knees out towards the wall. So a lot of times the reason for back pains is tight hips. So especially if that occurs after a long travel, in all probability it's because your hips are tight. And release your knees. For the last, we're going to end our practice. A nice yummy version of Viparita Karani. So you're going to lift your hips up and slide this bolster. You can use a pillow, a firm pillow as well. Get your hips really close to the wall so you can feel your sitting bones against the wall, and then lift your leg up. Place one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly, and just notice your breath as you close your eyes and rest it out here. This is a type of inversion and helps you calm the nervous system down and move to the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you to relax and also gives you a good night's sleep. Stay here for as long as you can, and when you're ready to move on with your day, you can slowly release your hands, bend both your knees, roll over gently towards one side into a fetal position, and then come back up. Hope your happy journey ended with a happy practice and some of your aches and pains have been relieved through this practice. Do join me for other episodes on Yoga and You.